Hey YouTube, this week's topic is awkward misgender moments. Being misgendered is definitely something that every person that doesn't identify with their birth sex has to deal with. It's very awkward, it's very uncomfortable, it's very obnoxious, but it's something that kind of comes along with the journey of getting to where you physically want to be. I have been through every single misgendered situation on Earth, so I could literally write a book about this and just, I don't know, I feel like I could be an expert in this category because before I passed 100%, the misgenders were coming left and right to me, and it was very, 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 very obnoxious because I just wanted to pass as a guy, and that wasn't always the case. So I was always misgendered as a child because I was a tomboy, and it was very confusing to me because I didn't know I was trans. And I remember even as a kid being asked by other small children at the age of 7, at the age of 8, are you a boy or a girl, because I wore boys' clothes and I had shaggy hair, and it was just a very frustrating situation. And it just got worse as I got older because during high school I was misgendered all the time in school by teachers and out in public places. Didn't know I was trans yet, but I knew that I was flattered when I was mistaken for a male, but it also confused me because I just really didn't know what was going on with me emotionally, and it was a very, very, very frustrating, obnoxious time for me, and oh man, it sucked. As I got older into my late teens and early 20s, not everybody knew I was trans, and I wasn't out because I was in the military, so I couldn't really tell anyone I was trans. But when I was on my own and at clubs and away from my military base, I kind of went out as a male and I introduced myself with male pronouns, but I would still get misgendered maliciously and non-maliciously. There were just some arrogant people out there that I can remember growing up and just being misgendered in my late teens and early 20s, that they purposely decided that it would hurt me by them calling me it or he, she, and all that kind of stuff. And I remember just rude comments in clubs and at bars and just emotionally having that hurt me. One time I went out to a birthday dinner with some friends, and the waitress didn't know if I was a boy or a girl, so she decided that it would be in her best interest to grab my chest to see. That was probably the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me. One time, right when I first thought I was 100% passing, I went to this gay bar with a bunch of friends, and I'm not gay, I don't identify as queer or gay, but I just went to enjoy time with my friends because a lot of my friends are homosexual. And I went to this gay bar, and this gay man was hitting on me, and he kept referring to me as a lesbian, and I told him that I was a guy, and he didn't believe me, so he went to cup check me. He took his hand and went down to my crotch and tried to grab me to see what I had down there. That was demeaning, embarrassing, humiliating. Every single negative word in the dictionary can refer to that situation because that was one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and I will never forget it. So going back to the situation of being awkwardly misgendered, especially before somebody starts either hormones or T or has top surgery, misgendering is definitely something that kind of plays a big role in somebody's development as a trans or non-binary, something that plays a role in somebody's development as either a trans person or a non-binary person. One technique that I learned about awkward misgender moments was I used to go out on dates with my ex who knew that I was trans, and nobody else really knew, and my voice was so high that I was